Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your market wrap and stock watch list for Thursday, the 6th of September, in this shortened trading week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY action for the day. You're looking at a 5-minute pre-post market chart of the SPY. Today they gapped us down. We started to perk back up in the pre-market. Actually, just before the market opened up here, they were pushing us up. Then the market opens up. They moved us back down to about this 289 level. Dip buyers showed up, pushed us back up to this 289.58, 250, 289.60 spot. And then that was all she wrote from then on. And they pushed us back down to about 288. So that's the levels you're going to have to watch for tomorrow, that 288 level. We had a low today of about 287.89 on the SPY. So keep an eye on that for tomorrow. They pushed us as high as 289.60 or so to the SPY on the upside, and then we kind of just did some backing and filling throughout the rest of the day. And then in the after hours, basically moving down a tick or so on the SPY. So that's your SPY action so far today. Let's look at it on the daily chart. Not too much technical damage. Let me get rid of some of these lines for you here. Not too much technical damage to the SPY, but a little, chink in the armor. Let's say we came down to about the 13 EMA on the daily chart here, which is right around that 388.29 area for the 13 EMA. We're still above the 20 SMA on the SPY. A little bit of a rollover effect going on here as we are now below the 5 EMA and holding around that light blue moving average you see there, which is at the 10 SMA. All right, so that's your SPY. I won't go into all the other markets for brevity tonight. The OIH was down almost 3% on the day. The oil services sector, such name as Halliburton, Schlumberger, Rig. So those stocks were down, and Rig, by that I mean Transocean, RIG symbol there. China was down again. The China stocks were down again today. The NASDAQ composite was down 96 points for the day. We'll have a further look at that in a moment. The Dow Jones actually ended up in the green, up about 23 points for the day. The S&P 500 was down about 8 points for the day. Some other sectors that were down percentage-wise, we had the NASDAQ down about over 1% for the day. The XBI and the XRT, the real estate ETF, were down almost 1% for the day. Oil was down today. The USO ETF down a little over 0.5% for the day. Oil itself closed at around $68.72, down almost 2% for the day on oil. So after the storms passed, we got a pullback in oil here. So oil not faring too well. Let's check and see what was up today. Volatility was up today. So now we had actually a 14 handle on the VIX today. We closed with that 13 handle, but we were up about 6% on volatility today. Hey, Turkey was up today, almost 2% on the day. A lot of consumer staple stocks were up today. Defensive. The XLU was up today. So the XHB was also up. That's the home builders were up today, almost 1% on the home builders, the XHB. So that's some of your markets. The XME was also up, and the XLI was up almost 0.75% on the XLI. That's the Select Industrial ETF. So that's some of your markets for today. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of the tech stocks that were down today. We had Adobe down today, coming down to about that 50 SMA on Adobe, a big drop there on that name. Looks like some profit taking coming in. Netflix also moving down today as folks lighten up going into the September month here. So Netflix was down. MU also down today, and we are breaking below the 200 SMA now on Micron Technology. technology, so be aware of that on MU. We also had Twitter. Twitter and Facebook went to Congress today. They testified on Capitol Hill today. Google was a no-show, so Twitter and Facebook faced Congress today, and both of those stocks moving down. Google was a no-show, and that stock was also down today. Square, also Jack Dorsey, he's the CEO of Twitter and Square. Square was down today also. PayPal taking a breather today. That stock down today, as you can see there, down to about the 20 SMA on the daily chart. So a lot of tech stocks taking a little breather today, or actually a big breather here. Microsoft was down. Amazon was also down. After just yesterday hitting that $1 trillion market cap, we are getting a pullback here in Amazon. Now, not a lot of technical damage done here to Amazon. We're holding above the 5 EMA on Amazon, but a pullback nonetheless on that. Apple, a pullback to about the 5 EMA, not too much damage there on Apple. Tesla continues to have its woes here on Tesla. This 274 area, the green line you see here, pretty important for Tesla. Today's low on TSLA, the low was 277.18, so about $3 off of that low of 274. Let's see if there's anything going on in the after hours. Actually, nope, holding around 281.50 on Tesla. So the China trade war continues on between Trump and China. No deal as of yet. Canada and United States are still in trade negotiations. Tech stocks, like I said, they took a little bit of a beating today. The NASDAQ composite down about 96 points for the day. Walmart had a good day today. Barclays upgraded Walmart today, so that stock moving up nicely today. Walmart, that's actually going to be one of the stocks we have on our watch list for tomorrow. So Walmart overall had a good day. Let's go ahead and check some of that news that came out after the bell tonight. Courtesy of the trade exchange. DRNA, they're doing a stock offering, so that stock is down in the after hours. PRQR also doing a $75 million secondary. That stock not down on that news, so holding up pretty well with that news coming out. We also had DNR offering 6.15 million shares for DRNA. Some further news there. Some stocks that had earnings after the bell. VRNT, earnings per share beat by 13 cents. Revenue beat. That stock moving up in the after hours. DOCU, they beat by 2 cents. They beat on revenue. Stock moving down in the after hours on DOCU. Zscaler, software company, ZS, stock moving down. They beat by 4 cents. Beat on revenue, just not enough. Not what the street was looking for. So ZS moving down. Ollie's, OLLI, a retailer, also moving down in the after hours. They beat by 3 cents, beat on revenue. So that one could have been baked in the cake on Ollie. CLDR, this one is up. Earnings per share and revenue beat. CLDR moving up in the after hours on that one. And let's see, we also had some other news come out. MDB, they beat by 4 cents. They beat on revenue. MDB, another software application company. They sold this one off, but it looks like it's bouncing back here in the after hours. So that one was a 4-cent beat and also a beat on revenue. Now we had the crude oil, the API crude oil numbers come out. It was a drawdown of 1.2 billion shares on crude oil, but not enough. They were looking for more of a drawdown. So USO kind of ticking down here in the after hours. FHB, 20 million share offering. So that means they're diluting their shares, FHB. So that stock moving down in the after hours on that name. It's about 6:20 Eastern Time, my time, 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Dow futures down about 12, S&P futures down about 1.25, and Nasdaq futures down 3. It's early in the session at zozostockwatch.com. We were trading volatility today, the UVXY. We traded this over 665 for a nice push up to 895. We also traded TZA, got up over this 808, 805 area, pushed up to about 820. TZA. Now this is an inverse, and you should get these inverses on your watch for the next few days. All right. For the NASDAQ composite, you have the SQQQ. All right. So basically, if the NASDAQ composite should go down, the SQQQ moves up. You have TZA. When the IWM moves down, TZA moves up. That's what we traded. We also did a short in Twitter today. So Twitter gave us a nice gain here, broke that $33 level on Twitter and moved down into the close here on Twitter. So we got a short out of Twitter today going into the close. So that was some of the trades that we did at zozostockwatch.com. So anyway, I was talking about inverses. Some other inverses are SDS. All right, keep your eye on SDS for a possible trade in this. So once again, when the SPY moves down, this is an inverse. The SDS itself will move up. All right, another one is SPXU. All right, when the SPY moves down, the S&P 500, the SPXU will move up. All right, so now I'm not calling for Armageddon here. I'm just making you aware of some things you can play either intraday for, if the market is moving down, or you can short individual stocks. All right, so that's some ideas there. Some other stocks on our watch list for tomorrow. This APDN is being touted as a pot stock. Now, I'm not seeing it on my TC2000 chart. It says Security and Protection Services, but this one was popping up, and I saw on social media it was being touted as a pot stock, but I'm not sure of that. 469,000 shares came into the name today on APDN. Another name I'll be watching is this BCRX on a down day. This one was holding up pretty well, has that $8 number up ahead. Ballard Power holding up pretty well here, trying to get up over that $3.95, $4 area on Ballard Power. This is a Canadian company, so keep an eye on that one. Not a favorite though. BVX had a good day today, holding up. They pulled it back to the 5 EMA, then got it back over $6. Might be one to watch intraday. CHFS held in there today, 500,000 shares traded. Trying to turn the corner on this one. All right, CHFS, not a favorite. CLDR, that name that had the earnings after the bell, showing some strength, so I'll be watching that. CLF held up well today, holding above the 50 SMA. Possible swing trade in this one. If we can get up over this candle's high here, that 1025 area, 1025, 1030, possible swing trade in CLF. CORV. Nice move up, almost a million shares on that one. They got it as high as $5.15, so we'll have an eye on that one. CVS, possible swing trade in CVS, been basing here. Now it's run from about 65 up to about $75, but if it can take out, 75 and a quarter, 75.30, we could get a continuation swing trade out of that. DOCU, I want to see if they bounce this one tomorrow. DOCU. Never traded this one before, but I'm going to put it on my radar to see if there's any type of bounce play in DOCU. ETN had a good day. This is one of those industrial stocks, a nice candle, nice closing candle. Seemed like there was some sector rotation into the industrial stocks. 84.56 was the close. The high was 84.66, 2.5 million shares. Could be a possible swing trade. Let's take a look at the weekly on this one. We had a high back here of 89.85. So I think this is one to keep on your watch list, ETN, for a possible entry. GEMP, I had put this on my chart earlier. It had a A strong close. All right, we had a strong close on this stock today, and so I'm gonna have it on watch for tomorrow. Not in love with it. GT was one of the better moving stocks on the S&P 500 today. 6.9 million shares. Once again, a very defensive name. Goodyear Tire, HOG, HOG got some buying today. 4.2 million shares came into HOG. Let's see if there's any kind of continuation move. This one is below its 200 SMA. You notice when it gets up to the 200 SMA, they push it right back down. So not in love with that. ISR, 3.2 million shares. It's an under $1 name. There was a high today of 60 cents on ISR, so keep your eye on that one. Mondelez also perking up today, another defensive name, trying to push out and over all those moving averages. The high today on this name, 43.66. There was a high back here of 44.23, maybe 43.75. If it gets up over that, will be enough to keep Mondelez moving up, and could be a possible swing trade in that name. Mankind actually had relative strength most of the day today. All right, it popped up through that 250 early in the session, then it pulled back, kind of held that 250 area, moved back up. If it gets back over this 250 area for Mankind, 250, 255 might be worth a watch intraday for tomorrow. Another one of those defensive names, Philip Morris, Altria Group. That one moving up, saying that they're maybe getting into the marijuana business. So Altria Group moving up, and also a defensive name, pays a nice dividend on that one. MVIS, nice pop up today. 5.9 million shares on MVIS. So this one will be on watch. PDLI turning the corner here, getting up over the 50 SMA, 2.8 million shares. PED, small little oil and gas name, has been pretty quiet. Little buys going on here, only 153,000 shares. Now it's made big moves up. Now I don't know if it's going to do that again, but I'm watching it, but it's a sleeper right now. RVLT popping up today, 431,000 shares, a little bit light on the volume for me, but keep an eye on it. Another one, STLD. Doing well out of the steel stocks. STLD has that 47 number up ahead. The 100 SMA is at 46.97, so keep an eye on that. They do rolled steel. So keep an eye on that. TZA, we talked about. UVXY, intraday volatility play that we use. UVXY. If you don't like UVXY, you could do TIVX also. So either UVXY or that TIVX, all right, for intraday volatility. Vera Bradley had earnings today, 2.7 million shares. We actually traded this in the service. Now, I had never traded Vera Bradley before, but they popped it up in the pre-market, and this morning there really wasn't much showing relative strength, but we traded this one, and we got a nice move up in VRA today. So thank you, Vera Bradley. Let's see, VRNT, they reported earnings after the bell tonight, and this stock, another software application stock, is moving up. So keep an eye on that one. And then lastly, Walmart. Keep an eye on Walmart. The high today was 96.83. Walmart, maybe if it can clear that 97 area on WMT. Like I said, they got positive comments from Barclays, so this one might be interesting for a possible swing trade on Walmart. All right, everybody, that's your watch list and market wrap for today. See everybody tomorrow for another video. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Have a very good day trading tomorrow. If you're interested in my service, come check out zozostockwatch.com.